Now coming to the sniffing portion, which is the most important portion for the intubation. You place a headrest which is approximately 10 to 15 degrees. By this, you provide 15 degrees extension at the Atlanta occipital joint and 35 degrees flexion at the level of C6, C7. And by placing the bed, it is in line with the acromion process, and also the external auditory meatus is in line with the sternal notch, and here you can see the glabella and the chin laterally aligned. So here when you place a headrest, three things fall in place. One is the acromion process and your headrest, your external auditory meatus and the suprasternal notch, and your chin and the glabella. These three things should be falling in the line when you place a headrest. And now coming to the three axes: pharyngeal axis, laryngeal axis and the oral axis. Okay. In neutral position, here you can see the oral axis, this is the pharyngeal axis and laryngeal axis. All are not meeting in line. This should be falling in line for the airway to secure. This is the neutral position where the axes do not align each other. Now coming to flexion, you just flex the neck. What happens if you flex the neck? Okay, due to flexion, the head is elevated. Although the pharyngeal and laryngeal axis are aligning little bit, the oral axis is not aligning here. Again, here with only flexion, it is going to be difficult. You are giving just neck flexion, okay, and the axes are not aligning. The oral axis is not aligning with the pharyngeal and the laryngeal axis. Now let us see what happens if you give only head extension. Your head is extended. Here the pharyngeal and laryngeal axis may be in line, but look at the oral axis. It cuts perpendicularly with head extension. Again, here you can see the oral axis, but the pharyngeal and laryngeal axis are in line. It is going to be very difficult to secure the airway. So with flexion alone, the axis is not aligned. With extension alone, it is not aligned, and neutral axis also it is not aligned. That is the reason you go with the sniffing position, where you do 35 degrees neck flexion and a 15 degrees extension. Now you can see all the three axes are aligned together: pharyngeal, laryngeal and the oral axis. This is called the sniffing position, and here you can see all three aligned together, and it is easy for you to secure the airway. This is the logic behind doing the sniffing position.